So let's get right into it. This is a very near and dear topic to me. I've talked a lot about mindset on my channel. I talk a lot about anxiety. I talk a lot about mental health because I personally have gone through very harsh, debilitating anxiety and depression as a young man. I've gotten a lot older, a lot wiser, and I've really practiced, executed a lot of different methodologies that have helped me throughout the years. But I still have it, and it hasn't gone away. And, you know, what we're going through currently right now as of this recording has definitely, brought back a lot of those old demons, and it's haunting at times. And what apparently can sometimes feel like you've got a hold on something can all of a sudden come back full force, because your environment has a lot to do with your internal state. Your external environment has a lot to do with your internal state. And so that's kind of the gist of this video, and why I wanted to create this video is hopefully to bring you a ton of value and help you cope with the anxiety of what we're experiencing right now in this country, especially, if you're watching this before the election. Even if you're watching this post-election, this is going to help you, because I'm going to talk about things that are universal. So make sure you stick around to the end, because you're going to get a ton out of this video. But we're experiencing probably the most polarizing state of our republic, our entire country, in the history of our entire country than we've ever faced. And so that can come with a lot of uncertainty. There's even talks of people saying no matter who wins this election, there's going to be anarchy, there's going to be more rioting, more looting, more protests. And it's my goal in this video to just kind of talk about some ways in which you can kind of cope with those feelings and that anxiety and that uncertainty, and make yourself, a little more handled, and a little more, understanding of yourself first, and also just a little bit better, going through these times. The first thing that I'd like to posit to you is that, one of the things that happens when we're going through a time like this is there can be a lot of heated arguments, a lot of heated debates. Everybody, especially when it comes to the topic of politics or the topic of where the future of our country should be heading, the trajectory, the path, where we came from, where we are now, and how does that align with our framers' principles and ideas that founded this amazing experiment called America, this amazing democracy, which I love more than anything. I love my country. I'm a really, really grateful of how amazing and how courageous and brave our founding fathers were to create such a thing. Please hear me out on this. People, I want to start with a sort of framework here. People are not the same as ideas. If you want to really embrace this idea that you don't have to go through these divisive times riddled with guilt, anxiety, fear, panic attacks, you should really, I beseech you to listen to this. I implore you to take heed of what I'm about to say, and really just have an open mind here. People are not ideas. Ideas are not people. And what do I mean by this? You can actually engage in conversations and political discourse and talk about how you feel, your perspective on certain topics, without allowing the topic itself to create this friction and this combativeness between who you're speaking to. And most often than not, and I'd love to hear from you, let me know in the comments down below, most often than not, a lot of this divisiveness starts at home. It can start with family members. It can start with in-laws, even immediate family or what have you. I still know family members today who are very close in blood relation, but haven't spoken to each other in a very, very long time. That's the kind of era that we're living in right now in America. But when you associate the idea with the person, that's where we get in trouble. And there's something really profound here related to anxiety too, because anxiety and panic attack is usually predicated upon a specific belief in a thought. It's a belief in a thought that I should feel guilty. It's a belief in a thought that what if I may perform this act, or what if I die, or what if my heart racing means this? Those are all thoughts that can overpower us and overwhelm us. And when we attach belief to those thoughts, they become our experience. And our experience can be, detrimental, or it can be the opposite, or any myriad of different emotions. And so when you separate the person from the idea, when you engage in these conversations, and I say conversations because a lot of the divisiveness and a lot of the friction comes from person A, whether it's a family member, friend, colleague, whoever, believes in this. Person B believes in that, the exact opposite. And what's created this divisiveness is that, the data has really shown that more than, one half of the country really feels strongly about this way, and the other half of the country really feels strongly about the other way. And so how these conflicts manifest is usually through conversation. So that's why I'm starting here. Ideas are not people, okay? You have to really have perspective on this. People who really feel strongly about something, especially when it comes to politics, are conditioned. They've been conditioned throughout their whole life. Not only conditioned by their family, conditioned by their upbringing, conditioned by their experiences, conditioned by their memory, but they're also conditioned by what they're absorbing right now. They're conditioned by the media that they consume. They're conditioned by the thoughts, ideologies that are behind these large media platforms. I have an entire video where I talk about media and how media creates anxiety, and anxiety creates media, social media, and mainstream media. I'll leave that in the link in the description down below. It's right below the like button. Just click that arrow, open up the description, whether on mobile or desktop, and you'll find the video there, as well as a bunch of other good, awesome links for stuff that you can check out. But as soon as you separate the idea from the person, and this is really about understanding, it's about empathy, it's about perspective, you start exhibiting this, almost this connectedness to that individual, that, you're not attacking the person. Usually conflict, anxiety, and, this combativeness arises from people associating those ideas with that person. You can have respect for somebody and not agree with them. You can love somebody and not agree with them. You can absolutely admire somebody without associating their ideas and thoughts with who they are. You are not a thought. A thought is not who you are. Your ideas don't fully encompass this amazing complex thing called being a human being is, right? I mean, thoughts come and go. Ideas come and go. When we change and evolve our ideas and our thinking all the time, as naturally you should. And so one of the ways in which you can really walk through this divisive time, or any divisive time that you're experiencing, with a little bit more coolness, a little bit more even keel, even-headedness, is to really embrace this concept and test it out for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Go out there and really try to adopt this posture that I am not attacking the person when I engage in this conversation, because there's nothing wrong with standing up with what you believe in. There's nothing wrong with standing up for who you are and what you stand for. Of course, you should do that. You should feel free. That's what's so amazing about our country, is you have the right to assert what you believe in, and you have the right to believe in whatever you want to believe in, right? As long as it doesn't harm other people and break the law. But it's when we take things so personally. It's when we associate, well, if that person likes Trump, they're evil. They're terrible people. And there's a lot of great people, beautiful people on both sides of the aisle. No matter what your political beliefs are, you are not your ideas. These are conditionings that have taken place, that have planted roots in that individual for an overextended period of time. I'm not saying that you can't try to persuade them, but let me know in the comments, what's your success rate when you try to persuade somebody to adopt your view politically, or even in any strong topic like religion or politics, which are kind of the first two that come to mind. Let me know how successful you are in doing that. It's okay to have differences. it's okay to disagree. You're not attacking the person. Maybe you're going after the idea, which is fine, but the individual is separate from that idea. It doesn't completely define them. Human beings are way too complex. We have a myriad of so many complex systems and organizations and different composites and components that make us up of who we are as a human being, that are, something like this is so minuscule in the large quilt, if you will. It's just a small piece of cloth or a small patch in the large quilt that is this thing called being a human being. And so that is, I think, something that I wanted to just share with you, something I don't really talk a lot about on my channel at all, but I felt it was important. I felt it was relevant. Respect, taking the higher road, not engaging in derogatory, defamatory, attacking, negative, violent, interactions with your fellow citizens is going to help you with your anxiety. It's going to help you in the long run. Associating a person with their belief system and dismissing them as trash or evil or this or that or not worthy of your time, not worthy of who you are, is going to create more anxiety in you than it will in them. So this is why I'm saying this. It's really just about understanding each other as human beings. This is all about understanding. That's what it's all about. And so I hope that you found this video helpful. If there's anything else that you want to add, if there's anything else that you feel, hey, Nez, I wish you would have talked about this, or hey, Nez, what about that? Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I respond to all the comments. And let me know what you think of this video. Let me know. Do you agree? Do you say, hey, Nez, I actually disagree with you? Remember, I will never attack you as a person. I may attack your idea, but I don't equate your idea with who you are as a human being. And so please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Just try to adopt a posture of perspective. Try to look at the human being as somebody who is bigger and beyond just this one point time in history, just this one belief system or ideology. And you'll find that there's a lot more light than there is dark. I promise you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate you. Please make sure if you got any value out of this, that you smash that smash button, as we call it, or the like button down below. Make sure that you subscribe, because I'm bringing bone marrow content every single week. And go check out these other videos right here. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Thank you so much. Go check it out right now. I'll see you there.